we'll get started. First day here at Bathurst. Garth, quickest in that session. What are the conditions like right now?
Right now it's raining, Paul, but when we were out there it wasn't. So, yeah, look, the track, I got 2 laps at the end of practice 1, and there's been a lot of talk about the epoxy that's down on the circuit, and the track grip was probably a little bit inconsistent, but you could tell straight away when we went out for the session just now that the track was much more consistent, the grip delivery was much more consistent corner to corner. So the track was fully dry for the majority. There was a bit of a shower in the middle there, which probably hurt lap time for a little while, but track's clearly very fast. I mean, that's the fastest I've ever been around here in a supercar. So, yeah, conditions are good today.
Will said yesterday that strategy's going to go out the window with the weather prediction. Do you believe that that's going to happen, or are you guys sticking with the strategy you've had for a while?
Well, we'll wake up tomorrow and see if it's raining or not, and then go from there. Clearly the forecast is that there's a lot of rain to come our way, so every team will have a different plan and a different strategy about how they'll go about tuning their car. But the forecast for Sunday is that at 11 o'clock race start that it'll stop raining. So, and the track will be dry in the afternoon. I think the bigger question is how the epoxy reacts after the cars run on the racetrack tomorrow in the rain, and whether the grip comes back to the same level that we had this afternoon.
In your view, what do you think will happen with that?
I'll tell you on Sunday.
All right, we'll move on. Shane, for yourself, how did it feel in that early session this morning?
Yeah, it was pretty dicey with the mixed conditions, so didn't really feel like I was pushing too hard, and then missed the glory runs at the end of P1. But yeah, my car felt really good, and then obviously Garth changed a few things, and we were fast most of that session too. So it's a good start, but it's only Thursday.
And heading into tomorrow, do you change much knowing what's coming weather-wise?
Well, it was meant to be raining today, and there wasn't even a wet on any of the cars, so I don't really know. We'll just see.
All right, I'll move on. Brock, for yourself, how did you feel out there in that early session this morning?
Yeah, it was pretty good. We rolled out not too bad, and we were sort of in the 10 for most of that session. So, yeah, just a confidence builder that first practice. You know, you go out there and there's wet parts all across the track, and it's practice 1 on Thursday. So, we all want to be up here at the end of the weekend. It doesn't really matter what happens on Thursday. You just need to make sure you get through clean and learn some things, and I think we've done that today.
How was the first debrief with Jamie after you got out of the car, knowing how much experience he has in any condition?
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good to get back now and obviously talk through that session then. Obviously, he's done his first laps here this weekend. So, we're looking forward to it. It's been good working with him, and got a lot more sessions to go through and try and make the car a little bit faster, and hopefully, we can have a good result.
For yourself, what's it like this year already we saw thousands of fans over in Harris Park this morning. Is it different this year for you, being in the position you're in now?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, compared to when I was here last year, there's obviously a lot more people coming and asking for my signature, but at the end of the day, I'm here to drive a race car. So all that stuff's awesome. The fans here are fantastic, and, we've come from Pukekohe where it was insane, and you come to Bathurst and it's the exact same, the fan base, and that they're awesome here. So, we're just driving a race car no matter what the weather is, but those guys are camping up on the hill, so hopefully they stay nice and dry for the weekend.
All right, I'll move on. Jamie, good results for both cars across pretty much both sessions. You've got to be happy with that from your position.
Yeah, reasonably happy. Feel a bit rude talking before the Erebus boys. They were P2 today, but we'll carry on. Yeah, it was an up and down session for us. I don't think we're as quick as the other car, and also our sister car, the Subway PHR car, was very fast this morning as well. So I think there's a bit of learning there for us to do to get the 88 car a bit quicker.
How different is it this year for you compared to last year?
Well, it's the same car, just Brock's changed the ergonomics quite a lot, so I'm sort of flopping around all over the place. I'm just experiencing co-driver life where everything's not perfect, but that's the way it goes. Yeah, it's hard work, isn't it?
And, how important are your stints going to be on Sunday? You do have a new role now, and, the cars are obviously fast. When you go into these meetings with the team, are you thinking you have a much more important role as the co-driver now?
No. I've just got to do I'm a co-driver, and I've got to do my role. That's and hand the car over to Brock to come home strong. So the further up the grid I can hand the car over, the better, of course. But no. There'll be no hero stuff from me.
All right, I'll move on.
Thank you.
Saving the best for last with Murph. Rhodes, for yourself, you got to watch a lot of sessions today. How was that for you?
Yeah, that was great. The car seems to, liking the track so far, so it's, probably going to change throughout the next couple of days with the sealant. But, D-Russ did an awesome job. He's not here, just, qualified in the Porsche. So, yeah, pretty happy with everything so far, but it's still, early days. I'm just happy to get through the first day.
For yourself, last year, people were probably surprised when you came in on a podium. You want to prove them that it's not a surprise?
I'm just here to race. I come to every race trying to win them all. So we've had a bit of an up and down year, but we had a really good test day leading into this round. So it was pretty confident in the car with the mixed conditions, and just trying to work out the tyre sort of scenario with what tyres we bring and the race allocation and whatnot. So that was a bit sort of confusing this morning, but it was great to see what speed the car had when D-Russ was driving.
And for yourself, what's it like learning from the guy sitting next to you?
Yeah, he's had a lot of funny things to say. They're probably not the wisest. He was pretty nervous prior to today, but it was actually pretty cool to see him, jump straight into the fives, towards the end of the session. So seems a bit relieved, don't you, Murph?
Murph, for yourself, you've got a second quicker than the lap of the gods lap.
Thank God for that. Thank the gods for that.
How did it feel?
I'm actually pretty pumped. To beat that time, that's the fastest I've ever been around here. The 6.2 I did on the run before was the fastest I'd ever been around here. So then go on the fives. I mean, a lot of these guys have been telling me about how these cars are here and how it's changed. I didn't even know there was epoxy on the track, by the way. I had no idea. I don't even know what that means, but the cars are phenomenal, and I it's just been adjusting the brain to do things a little bit different. Stuff that I still, the muscle memory is as in 2014 in some respects. It's just how efficient the cars are once you get on the brake pedal and how much speed and you can carry into the corner, how much brake pressure you can carry, and that's where all my speed's coming from. And the more I trust the car, the better it is. That was a lot of fun. I had a ball out there.
The team's proved over the years that it knows how to win Bathurst here, and it knows what it's doing here at Bathurst. How important, I guess, is your role in helping the team over the next couple of days?
I'm hoping to help our little organisation, the Wildcard, but I need to learn as much as I can from these guys and just keep trusting trusting what I know I need to be doing, and I've got more to come with that. But I'm pretty happy with where we were today. But it's been a really strange feeling knowing that you're going to turn up here this year, and sort of almost a little bit like you feel like you're a bit of an imposter, really turning up after all that time and taking up the space that maybe someone else should be doing. But so to get in the car and actually get some dry laps, I'm really glad I got some dry laps just to be able to settle in and understand a bit more and just not be under that stress of driving around in the wet so much and just find some confidence. So I've actually gained some confidence today, which is really important moving forward. But no, these guys, they know what they're doing, and they're a well-oiled machine, and we've got our job to do. I wish Richie got some more laps today. We had a little problem earlier, and so it's been a quiet day for him. I would love to have seen him in the car this afternoon, on a track that's as quick as what it is.
All right, I'll leave it there, and I'll open it up to questions from journos.
I've just got the one question for Garth. You said it's one of the fastest laps you've had around Bathurst today. How much did that solo testing day last week help with you just adjusting to the car and getting more time in it?
It certainly helped. But even if Shane was at the test day, it probably would have been 2/3 me, 1/3 Shane at the test day anyway. So I would have got plenty of laps regardless. I think for me, the thing was, as soon as I rolled out, I felt really, really comfortable in the car. I could get straight to the braking markers I needed to and start to flow the car across the top of the mountain, which generally would happen on Friday. You'd get today over and done with and start to feel comfortable towards the end of this session. But, lap 2 at midday today, I felt really comfortable. So I was able to then start to lean on the car a lot more this afternoon, and we could get into setup work. So, yes, it helped, but I don't think it helped any more by me being there solo last week.
Greg, as you get more used to the car, how much more improvement do you think there is in yourself as you get more confident?
I'm not quite sure. I mean, that lap just before the checker there, straight away after the run before, straight away I had more confidence to push harder and actually just in some key areas, even just starting the lap, turn 1, more speed at turn 2, and not be so willing to touch the brake pedal in a couple of places across the top, and it made a good gain, and it gives me more confidence to do that again if I get the chance in a similar condition. So I don't know where it can possibly go. I mean, the balance of the car at that speed is really, really good. It's 1.7 or whatever it is off what Garth just did. So, that doesn't sound like a lot when you say it fast, but on the racetrack, when it's a big difference on grid position. So, I don't know where I can get to, but I'm going to need a lot more dry running to do that anyway.
So obviously, question to all you guys. Obviously, it's Holden's last year here at Mount Panorama. What are your feelings and thoughts in regards to that, having Holden's last time at the Mount this year?
You go. Thanks. Yeah, it's a bit like the John Farnham Tour at the moment. We've been celebrating or mourning or commiserating or whatever term you want to use Holden's final Bathurst for the last 3 years. So it is very real here this weekend, obviously. It means a lot, obviously, to the Holden supporters and the Holden fans that are on top of the mountain and spread around the circuit. But I feel like we probably celebrated Holden back in 2020 after the announcement was made in February 2020. So, look, it's a special place for Holden, and there's been a lot of Bathurst folklore has been built on the Holden versus Ford storylines over the years since the 60s. But really the focus for us is just win the race. There'll be a lot, I think, at Adelaide at the end of the year, given that was the home of manufacturing in South Australia for Holden and the Commodore, that's probably going to be a pretty sad occasion.
Shane, the World Rally Championship last weekend. How's your body, your brain, and looking forward to throwing your car sideways in the rain?
No, I want to keep it straight. I feel fine. Yeah.
For all of you, there's a bit of talk today about brake locking and brake lock margin. Can you tell us, did any of you have any unusual troubles locking brakes and what the reason for that might have been?
First time I've actually heard of anything about it.
I'm not fast enough.
No one else any problems on that front? Just on 88, so who's actually going to qualify that car tomorrow afternoon?
Brock's he's the main driver. Yep.
All right, congratulations, guys, and we'll see you out there tomorrow.
Yeah.